Welcome back, Pokemon XYZ fans, to a late episode 32 discussion review. I'll go over why that was late, maybe in the comments if you want to know. If you don't want to know, that's fine. Important part is the review is up on Saturday, so that's good. That's good. Anyway, so what happened in Pokemon XYZ? Great things happened today. Many, many good things. The only thing I probably had a problem with was Charizard Y versus Charizard X. Yes, I'm a little salty about that, but anyway, I'll go over the main points, which of course would be the battles, plot, and more shipping things that happened. But quickly, a few minor plot points that I would like to go over. Like, first of all, we got to see Melba debut. Not really a big deal. We got to see her in kind of the reporter form I guess she kind of had in the games. I mean, she was kind of the main face person for the Holo Transceiver or whatever it was, X Transceiver. Anyway, point is, she showed up there, and that was nice and all. And then, of course, she also came up with Team Rocket. Now, whether or not that was planned, as in Team Rocket is associated with Team Flare, I'm not really sure, or if they're just some deadbeats that were hired there, or specifically maybe Team Rocket put Jesse and James there to be useful to kind of spy on Team Flare because they knew Malva was top up and just kind of showing up as a normal TV reporter. I don't know. That would be interesting if that became a huge plot. Team Rocket somehow being involved with the whole Team Flare incident, but that's unlikely to happen. Anyway, and then the other small plot point was we see Sycamore greet Alain, and then Alain just kind of ignores him, but Alain pays attention to Ash, which shows that he wasn't just being a jerk, that he actually has specific things maybe going on, and Sycamore is somehow involved in Team Flare's plot. What that means, we don't know, and whether Sycamore knows that is another question, considering he gave Trevor the Charizard Y-ite, or whatever. But we'll get all those questions answered later. So what is the first major thing that happened? Actually, Amourshipping was the first major thing that happened in a way. Now, this is just a recurring trend that I've seen that is actually kind of, I like it. Serena has been stepping up a lot in talking to Ash. Like, I mean, in the good old days of the Amourshipping, so to speak, when it was young, fresh, and people thought it was going to happen before the league, Serena just really was kind of a fangirl for Ash, like a timid fangirl almost. I mean, she just kind of like was in awe of him and didn't really stand up to him ever, didn't really like seriously like have an ability to basically stand her ground against him when he was doing something stupid. It was like she just kind of was like, oh, she just didn't have that ability. And that was probably one thing that didn't bother me at the time, but grew to bother me more and more as the series went on. But I still liked her, and like that's probably like what most Amourshipping haters went after. They were like, oh, Serena's just a fangirl. She doesn't have any legitimacy with him. It's just bad. But now that's changed. That's actually changed quite a bit. She's gotten a lot stronger in her character ever since the arc of episodes concerning, episode 28-ish. That's when she got to be a much more, I believe, strong character, in a sense. She's become a stronger character. She's probably become much more likable, actually, overall, as her character has grown more depth and dimension ever since then. Ever since the Snowball Forest scene, that's the first time she ever really stood up to Ash, and that kind of started a point where I think she's been growing in her ability to, actually kind of balance out Ash, sort of. And that is something that if they ever do get a legitimate relationship, if they ever do get married, settle down, have kids, if they ever do any of that, that is something that needs to happen. I mean, in any relationship, you need to be able to have a discussion that works. You need to be able, a relationship is a discussion in a way. And that dimension has worked. Anyway, so those of you who are bored with this Amourshipping banter, I'm now going to move on to the Pokemon battles. Yes! Okay, yeah, you guys probably been like, oh, when is he going to move past Amourshipping? Well, don't worry. Pokemon battles. The first one, I really didn't like at all. Like, I know anime logic and all, but still, that's not even an excuse for this battle. It's like, so you send out both Charizards. They kind of have a little, like, testing strength thing. Boom, Charizard Y. Boom, Charizard X. Boom, Fire Blast. No, this is before he's Charizard X, though. Splashes his tail. Okay, his tail. So I know Charizard has put his tail in water before, but it doesn't he try to shelter his tail from water specifically? But no, he splashes his tail in water. Okay, so you might be like, well, it wouldn't put it out. Then how come that same splash of water that didn't put out his tail, which would, by the way, kill him, how come that didn't, how come the fire didn't go through that water after evaporating it initially? No, it evaporates the water, and then the entire blast of fire disperses, and it's like, what? I know a lot, but the tail, that's my issue. It's like, I could see, like, a splash of water in the anime blocking it. Like, okay, fine. I don't like it, but I guess it works. I'm just gonna have to accept it because it's an anime. But the tail, the tail with the fire in the water, how does that? My mind just doesn't work like that. I'm like, do over, and then like the one blast of fire taking him out. I'm like, I know like Elaine's stronger and all, but is he really that much stronger? I mean, that was that was a little disappointing to say the least. Okay, that happened. That happened indeed. What next? Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know, actually. Oh, yes, just kidding, I know. The Furfrou battle. Yeah, that battle that Serena prevented Ash, well, he ends up having it anyway in the hallway, because that punk comes back and he's like, hey, I want to battle now. And Ash is like, but, nope, you said you battle later, let's do this now. And Ash is like, oh my gosh. So anyway, he does his battle. Battle, boom, bang, whatever they just battle, and it was interesting because the guy was just setting up defenses, blinded Pikachu with Sand Attack, and it was like he was kind of being a jerk, real jerk in the battle, stalling for time. And then finally Ash is like, okay, enough is enough. Pikachu gets like the sand out of its eyes, bam, bam, Furfrou's down, leaves, and is like, just epically leaves. And then, of course, he runs to get to the battle, and then, bam, one-hit KOs Altaria after taking a hit and being like, psh, is that all you got? Bam. That was incredible. I just loved that. And the Ash's new battle attitude is amazing. It shows a huge amount of growth from where he started out in Indigo League. And, every time Ash won a battle, it was a huge celebration. He was like, yeah, and, just went up. Now Ash is like, Ash does not celebrate after every battle. He knows how to rank when a battle is worth celebrating or not. There are battles that you celebrate, and there are battles that you are like, okay, yeah, I won, whatever. But what does this new Solemn need to know, where Ash now knows what battles he's dealing with now that he actually has power with Mega Greninja, so to say? Which is interesting, actually, Mega Greninja, but we'll go into that later in a separate episode. But for the meantime, I have one thing I would like you all to do. Please lean in closer to your computer screens, or your phones, or your TV, or whatever. And this is a heart-to-heart. Let's say this. Ash Ketchum will be the next Kalos League champion. Okay? Now, I'll say this again with me. If you don't say this with me, this doesn't work. Ash Ketchum will be the next Kalos League champion. Now, if you did not say that with me, and he loses, it's all on you. It's all on you. And if you're fine with that, then I guess you're fine with that. But if you aren't fine with that, please leave a like, a comment, subscribe. Draspee out.